So it is December 18th. What's going on here? My glare. And it's 8:06 p.m. I'm sitting here waiting for my snacks to finish, and I await the premiere of Matrix Resurrections. Now, I'm not talking about watching the movie. I'm talking about the Warner Brothers people are going to have the premiere live stream on YouTube, which is cool. I used to love watching premieres and stuff like that on E. In the very beginning days of E, they would show live premieres all the time. Like, it would be live on the television network. You know, they'd put it on, like, I don't know, 6:30 or something like that. And there'd be premieres from Hollywood. And they would just do the whole thing just live. Sometimes, like, while they were doing their news. Those were the good old days. It's so weird. You know, there's so many things like that they used to be great. Like, I was talking about special features. Like, when I originally converted from having a VCR to getting a DVD player, was because DVDs had all these special features on them, right? And then, you know, they started having commentaries and all that stuff. And the Blu-ray, then they started having it so that the Blu-ray would have all that stuff on it and not the regular DVD, so you kind of had to get the Blu-ray. And there was things, sometimes it was like you had to have, like, I remember one of them, you had to have a CD-ROM. It was something with the Dark Knight. There was something I couldn't do. I don't remember why. There was something with the Dark Knight. Anyways, now there's so many things that are bare bones. I can't stand it. I mean, you get these movies, like, if you watch the old Matrix behind the scenes stuff, there's so much stuff on there. Like I said, like Lord of the Rings and everything. All the stuff from back then had hours and hours and hours of stuff. You get a DVD now, you're lucky if there's a commentary at all. You know what I mean? You used to have actors' commentaries and then a separate director's commentary. Sometimes you get a commentary with, like, the costume people. Now you're lucky if you get a director's commentary. I noticed that with the Marvel movies. That really pissed me off because I'm like, why can't they do a commentary? You know what I mean? There was one, Taika Waititi did one for, oops. I put my alarm on in case I fell asleep. Thor Ragnarok. I was going to say Love and Thunder. That movie didn't come out yet. And I had to laugh because it was like they forced him at gunpoint to do the commentary or something, because it was just him just talking about nonsense and his kid walking in the room, and it was just weird. And it was like, why don't people want to do this anymore? They're like the best thing. You know, but it's really hard to get that. So just to have a premiere stream, I'm like, wow. It happens occasionally, but I was just like, crazy. Because why would Hollywood pull back on that? You know what I mean? Like, oh no, you can't have this anymore. You can't be part of our fun anymore. It's just for us. I don't get that. So I'm gonna watch. I mean, I can't stream, and this laptop can't handle the pressure. I can't stream and say things. That's why I don't react big. That's why when I do things, I do it on my little phone. I'm not gonna watch the premiere on my phone. So I am going to pause this while the premiere comes on. Hopefully it'll be cool. Hopefully there'll be fun people there. I want to see who's not involved with, who's not a Matrix person. I want to see if other famous people go just because they want to see it. That kind of stuff should have, that's kind of stupid stuff as a fan I want to see. Like, you know how Lord of the Rings was with everybody was friends and stuff like that. I love seeing that. I love seeing the cast have fun together and stuff like that. Not gag reels and stuff. That's stupid. But you know what I mean? But all the stories and stuff like that. But also there's a time, sometimes a big movie will have, like, other famous people just go because they want to go and they got invited. That used to happen more often, I guess. But I'd like to see some non-Matrix people show up. People who, like, are involved with them outside of that, like in other movies and stuff, or just, like I said, random people who want to see it. That'd be really cool. Like, I don't know. I would like to see people support other people and people just because they like it, not because they work together or they're producing somebody's thing, you know, just because people like things. I don't know why that popped in my head. These are little stupid things I want to have happen, but don't ask me why. I'm an idiot like that. Anyways, none of this involves me. Don't ask me why I'm getting excited. Like I said, more than likely not going to see it. Anyway, we shall see. So, I got junk everywhere. I finished watching the Matrix Resurrection premiere. It was kind of, premieres are weird. All red carpets are weird. The people they have doing the interviews are always strange people. There was a lady with pink hair and she had nothing good to ask, but luckily she wasn't talking that much. Then there were these two guys, and then they were just talking too much to each other, and there was nobody for the longest time. Then Keanu was the first person, and that interview went weird. And then there was this weird perspective thing, made him look like a hobbit. Compared, they look like giants and he looked like a hobbit. Anyway, so you know, nobody was coming in then. Okay, so Lana Wachowski was talking to them, and then all of a sudden she looked at somebody, and I'm like, Chad Stahelski ran over. Now, I had said things in my other videos speculating a thing, okay? Because originally, Resurrections and John Wick 4 were supposed to come out on the same day. This has been my whole basis for thinking some things I thought. So anyway, I wanted to see, because he just ran in, hugged her, it was really cute. And then he ran out, and he directs John Wick, if you don't know who I'm talking about. And he was Keanu's stunt double way back in the day. And that's how he became. So that's why it's like a family thing. So, I went to see if there was clearer pictures, because they had that one camera that was mostly on those guys instead of multiple cameras showing people walk in, and that's the cool way to watch premiere, seeing people mingle and everything. And so I searched his name on Twitter, and I saw something from the movie. Now I know a thing. And it's in line with my way of thinking, where I was saying anything is possible. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I mean, I kind of really want to see this movie now, because I think it's going to be something I like and a lot of people dislike. The movies I like the most are the ones that other people are like, eh. So I read along those lines when I was looking up that other stuff. Some people talking about it popped up and said, like, there's like, it's splitting people who have seen it, like critics and stuff. And then I went to look on Rotten Tomatoes. There's no reviews up yet, so I don't. But like I said, to me, and Lana brought up the Merovingian, so, and something about what he was doing. So I'm just saying, because like I said, I was iffy on the Matrix, the first one. Reloaded, I kind of like, but I got into it when the Merovingian showed up. He's my guy. So it was the mythology with all those weird, you know, those ghosty people, werewolf people, all those kind of strange programs and stuff that built in the mythology of it. That's the part. That's what I liked about the Matrix. So everybody else is looking at the kung fu, and you know, the stuff like that, and I'm just like, I like the mythology part. So if this is more, that's, I'm sure they're kicking people just fine. But if this is more along the lines of that stuff with the mythology, if it goes hard on that, because that's the stuff people who like the first Matrix, not everybody, but a lot of people who like the first Matrix and didn't like the other ones, you know what I mean? It was because they were about, I think they were about the kung fu. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not personally about the kung fu that much. Action scenes I like just fine. But if this has mythology and that's what's ticking off people who also didn't like Reloaded and Revolutions that much, again, Revolutions was my favorite, then Reloaded, then The Matrix, I'm probably going to like it more than other people do. Or those people, the the people who love the Matrix and didn't like the other ones, meaning the first movie. They didn't like it. Oh, and I really want to see it. I have such a weird thing of being in and out of the world. Like, I'm watching the premiere and I'm like, okay, this is reality. It's like this much later. You gotta get with the real world. But if I think about the real world, I don't do well. So, it's very strange. I don't know. I really want to see it now, though. I got spoiled for Spider-Man, which doesn't matter because I didn't care anymore. Like I said, I didn't grow up on the Sam Raimi ones. I was an adult by the time those came out, and I was like, it's all right. The first one, and I think I liked the second one better than the first one, but they were just like meh to me. So I'm not too worried about Spider-Man, but it's doing good, and it's saying people want to go to the theater, and people are going to the theater, and I don't think anybody's paying attention to what they're supposed to be paying attention to in terms of not going to things. I mean, they're shutting things down in New York, but it looks like people are like, hey, I don't care, I want to go out. Spider-Man, I'm going to Spider-Man. Taking my kids, we're going to go get contaminated and watch Spidey.